Hey y'all, it's Kira,
John,
Rachel,
Caitlin,
Dave,
Hunter,
Jake,
Clara, and you're listening to the
Peercast,
Peercast, featuring the B.A. reps.
your one-stop shop for everything UMTAD. Welcome, episode 3.
Hey y'all, it's Kira,
And it's John.
and we are coming at ya. I feel like the vibe here is pretty great in this
That's a fun time.
Zoom room. Yeah. John, how are you doing?
I'm living my best life. You know, it's been a quite the third week. But I'm excited to go ahead and start popping off and think about everything that's happening.
As he looks at his homecoming sash.
True.
It's too late to vote, but vote for John for homecoming court.
I know, we should have said it in the last one.
Oh, shoot.
I forgot myself. Oopsies.
Well, we'll all cross our fingers and look it up.
True.
On Tuesday. Great. Okay, well, so John and I were talking, and we realized we didn't really introduce ourselves in the first 2 episodes. So we thought we'd just tell you who we are.
Yeah, because I realized, I was like, why do they even want to listen to us? Like, I wouldn't want to listen to us if I didn't know what we was doing. So, you know.
Shoot. All right. So my name is Kira. I am a final year. I'm still struggling over the language of this. So it's my 3rd year, but I'll be graduating.
Third and final.
So I just
Your third and final year? Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. I just don't want to sound pretentious. That's my.
I mean.
Okay, but it's my 3rd and final year as a BA performance major. I love musical theater and musical theater dance. Dance is kind of where I live, where my home is. I love a good tomato basil grilled cheese. That's kind of been my fun fact for this whole year is tomato basil. Like just omelets, tomato basil omelets. So good. Yeah. John, who are you?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess my name is John, y'all. I'm in my 4th and final year because I'm not as cool as Kira, but it's chill.
Hey.
I'm, I hesitate to describe that I'm super into theater because I don't know, that feels gross to, no, I'm kidding. But I don't know. It's actually kind of funny because if you had asked me like a year ago, you know, like, oh, John, like, what's your theater life? I'd be like, I don't have one. That's not like, don't look at me. Like, what are you talking about? And you know, that's definitely changed as we've gotten just like, you know, more into my life and actually taking theater classes. To be fair, y'all, I want to be a lawyer, so like acting in a different way. But yeah, I guess I've spent most of my theatrical career here at the U doing a lot of like choreograph and physical story-based things. Por ejemplo, in Laverne's class when we had our final for fundamentals, I never did anything that involved words whatsoever. Like any single time they were like, yo, like create something. I was like, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Cool. And I was like, here's this dance I made. It tells a story. So
It's so wholesome. I love
it. Yeah. So if you know, you know. But no, I think, yeah, it's a little bit about me. I guess I'm more into the management side of theater and looking to see how you like produce shows and, you know, like front of house, what does that look like? How is it fun? How is it not fun? It's my vibe. So
we need that vibe. We love that vibe.
It's a solid vibe. All right, well, that's a little bit about us. If y'all have questions for us, please send them in because we can sit here and talk about ourselves for as long as you would like.
It's so easy to talk about yourself.
True. When in doubt, right? Just go to yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get you updated on some UMTAD occurrences. So first and foremost, y'all, our October podcast guest schedule is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Hunter. Hunter pops the heck off and got us some great people. So be excited for the next upcoming episodes here. And I guess all the episodes because they're all going to be wonderful. So, you know, just get hyped. Get hyped.
Hunter Batterson is the dance peer, and she's just a light and a queen and all of the above.
Yes. Hunter
Yes.
Batterson, John Patterson. The rhyming just means that we're cooler together. So love you.
True love. Okay, you guys, open mic night is tonight. It's tonight, 7 o'clock. It'll be on Zoom. Check out the Firefly Musical Productions Facebook for that link. And you guys, Zach Sanders. Okay, this is kind of a secret, but Zach Sanders will be there and he will be singing. And I'm not going to spoil what he's singing, but let me tell you, I'm so excited to hear him sing it. And you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Show up. You don't necessarily have to come to perform. You can come just to watch. Maybe have a little song in your back pocket. And just come out and join because it's gonna be awesome. Also, Isaac Egerbratton, he is hosting. He's the MC, and
That's wonderful. I love that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me tell you, that's a whole box of enthusiasm and one-liners coming at you right there. Also, Liquid Hour was so bomb on Friday. You guys, come show up for the next one. It's so fun. So October 9th will be the next one. It's a Friday. It'll be like a quick little thing, 5:30 to 6. Come meet everyone. Come chat. It's just like a way to, come see some faces and talk to some incredible and lovely people. Yeah, so great.
Yes, indeed. All right. So town halls are being conducted. That's super cool. So our tech and design program has already had one before school started. Or the dance department, they just had one as well. There's currently one in the works for the B.A. performance tracks, and so that will also include the journalist track too when we sort of talk about that. And the B.F.A, they have been having some meetings, and they've also done some anti-racism workshops with H. Adams. So town halls are a really great opportunity for y'all to, sit down with faculty and other students and really just start, being able to ask direct questions and learning directly from the faculty themselves what's going on in like your department. So really great. Y'all should check them out when they have them. And yeah, we'll keep you updated about that as we continue. So for sure.
For sure. And John, this week I'm feeling so hopeful. Like just for a lot of things. But one thing is that, so Sonia Kuftinek, she is a professor within the BA, and she does a freshman seminar called Attending to Theater. And normally her class goes out, I think it's like every Thursday night, and they just see shows like every week, which is so cool. And so, I mean, of course, she was like, I don't know, it's not going to be the same, but so they're working out she was saying that they're doing these really cool, like workshop-y things, bringing in artists, which sounds so amazing. And also they get to see live theater. I think it was already last weekend, but Mixed Precipitation, which is a theater company. They do operettas in Minneapolis. They brought a pickup truck to the front of Rarig to perform a show for this class, and it's just so cool. It's so beautiful. And so Mixed Precipitation, they also do their like classic things like the picnic opera or operetta, and so it's like they go to different parks in Minneapolis and around and do operettas. And I've never been able to make it to one, but Scotty Reynolds is the artistic director, and he's so cool. He's so cool. Like that man, I just adore. Also, another cool thing, I just saw this in the UMTAD newsletter and kind of geeked out. I was like, what? How did I not realize this? But the Kohl Center downtown is doing live in-person things right now. Like they are also it looks like they're doing live streams that are virtual too, but you can go in if you're really itching to just see live dance. The Kohl Center, it looks like Cowles, but it's Coles, Cowles. They're doing, in-person things, in-person performances, which is so cool. I mean, gosh, what a hopeful moment of, things kind of crawling out of nothingness for a while.
And something that's really cool, I don't know if y'all have never had the opportunity to go and, see anything at the Kohl Center. It's It's gorgeous there. I had so much fun. I actually got to, in high school, I got to perform on it. And that was a really fun time.
Wow. John, you popped
Flex.
off in high school.
Flex. What happened? I don't know.
Ask John about his ice skating or the skating dance
Oh,
that he did with Tom Cena.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to, maybe we save that for a later episode. Who knows?
Okay, great.
Foreshadowing? Oops. But yeah, the call center is really great. It's just a wonderful, wonderful space to, live and breathe in. So definitely check it out. So also, BA grads Robert McGrady and Wesley Hortonbach created and performed a show this weekend at Greenway Glow Arts Festival. It also included some current students that we have. So Caitlin McLean, Hannah Leatherbarrow, Emily Rosenberg, and Killian Kavanagh-Crean. Two of them have graduated, right? Yes?
Emily's graduated. Caitlin and Hannah and Killian are still here, though.
Oh, yes. Love them all.
We love them all.
Yes, we really do. We really do. This is honestly, I looked at this and I was like, what type of power group is this? And how did it is gorgeous. But obviously, in knowing them, there were obviously some giant puppets involved. We absolutely love that.
Obviously, yes. The pictures are so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Michael Summers would be, very happy, very proud.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Also, in more hopeful news, the shops inside of Rare Rig have opened. They're open, you guys. The tech shops are open, and some students have been able to return to work. And so there are things happening. Especially happening right now is the Intimacy Creative Collab, which is led by Doug Schultz Carlson for the BA. And so I was talking to Caitlin and Jake, our lovely BA reps. And so they were telling me that they're putting together an intimacy policy for the department. And so they're collecting interviews with students, staff, and alumni, both positive and negative experiences regarding intimacy and feeling safe emotionally and physically within the department. And they just wanted to share that if anyone has a story or an experience, they'd really like to hear from you if you would be willing to share. And you can contact Doug at his X500, which we will have in the show notes, or you can contact Caitlin or Jake, our BA reps. And they are specifically looking for experiences from students of color and also staff and faculty. So if you have an experience, positive or negative, with intimacy within our department, feel free to reach out to them.
Yes, indeed. All right. So, and with that, our final update of the day. UDT and B.F.A rehearsals are in full swing. And so make sure you stay tuned for how those are going next week and get you a little bit more information about how our lovely friends are doing, living their best life.
Absolutely. So our next guest for this episode is the wonderful, the lovely Serena Brook. So Serena, yes. So Serena was born in Eagan, so she's a Minnesota native. And in her bio, she says that she was raised on Mel Brooks movies, The Simpsons, and classical theater records. She dove into the professional world of acting after receiving her B.F.A from the University of Minnesota, Duluth. Hey, fam. And so since 2006, Serena has been seen on stages off-Broadway, regionally, and on the national tour circuit. She's also an accomplished voiceover artist and has spent 3 years touring with the national radio variety program, Live From Here. And she currently resides in Minneapolis with her musician husband, Nick, and their cat, Vicky. And she says that she can't resist a good pun and will always geek out over a great key change and a good cup of coffee, which we do.
Yes.
Serena, thank you so much again for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
And it's so lovely. You're kind of a pod pro now. You started a podcast, right?
I would not call myself a pod pro, but I love podcasts in general, and it's definitely, 'tis the season for starting a podcast. So
Yeah, yeah. And you started yours kind of right in the middle of quarantine. Is that right?
it was actually right at the beginning when all the shows closed. I was laying in bed like 2 nights, maybe the night after we found out we would be dark for like 4 weeks over at Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. I was in the production of The Music Man, and I was just laying in bed thinking like, I need a way to stay sane, and I need to be able to stay connected with people in my life, and so it all came together really fast, and it sort of became my way of staying sane for the first couple months, and it's kind of taken a hiatus over the summer, and who knows, it might come back. We'll see. I hope so.
That's so cool. But you're working on stuff right now. So you had a camera. Can you tell us about your camera gig that you had?
Oh gosh, yeah, I just had this little low-key internal corporate on-camera job, which I don't do a lot of those. I'm more in the voiceover world, but it was very safe in terms of COVID safety precautions. Everybody had masks, and once I did my little part of the shoot, I took my mask off, put it back on after I was done, and it was great. Yeah, so things are slowly opening back up bit by bit.
Yay! What was the vibe on set? Is everyone just excited to be back, or is it kind of just still very
Well,
cautious?
I don't know what it's like, on film sets or TV sets, if those are starting back up as well, but it was pretty chill. It was people that had been doing this, I think, for the last probably few weeks, and just a couple people there. They had a lovely spread of snacks. It was very nice. They even had little paper bags, and they figured people could take them. They're like, please take them with you. And so they were very generous and nice, but it was pretty relaxed. I don't, and people are just happy to be working.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like it's been an entire year. It almost has, though. Like, it's been, gosh,
It's been a good 6 months since. I was just thinking that. I was like, has it been 6 months since March? And it has. It's almost 7. It's like crazy. Do you guys feel like it's gone fast or slow, or?
I don't
Both?
even. I feel like I'm still stuck somewhere in May, and I'm just kind of floating at right now. But
Yeah, because what's school like for you right now?
Well, it's so interesting because it's all across the board. Really, everyone kind of has their own experience right now. Some of us are totally online. Some people are in person now. After the first 2 weeks, we had a mandate where everything had to be online, except for a couple things like grad students could be in person. Some dance classes were in person. But it's so kind of a hodgepodge of everything, which is so interesting.
Is it hard to have gone from, last year, a sort of typical college theater experience till now you're like, I don't get to see my friends?
Oh my gosh, that's so real. I don't know, John, if you're taking any theater classes right now, but it's just so interesting. The Zoom, I'm so thankful we can still continue, essentially what we're doing. It's just, the little things like making eye contact and just feeding off of that real energy. It's just, it's such a barrier in a lot of ways.
How many monologues can I possibly work on?
truly,
Let me look into someone's eyes. Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, do I look in the Zoom camera up here, or do I look at the screen? What's the vibe here? Yeah.
I did a Playwright Center reading. I'm going to be doing another one in October for their Play Labs series. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Just Foster's new playwrights work, and I think that was a point of discussion with their readings of when you're talking to someone for the audience's sake, do you look in the camera, do you look at the person? And it's either the audience is happy or you feel a little bit better about looking at a face at least.
true.
Yeah. Dang. So what play did you get to do for Playwright Center?
I read stage directions, which I mean they're very
Okay.
important for play reading, but I was very happy to listen to Sally Winger to act her face off. And watch, I mean, not just listen, but it was called Hallow, was the new Lee Blessing play, and it was really interesting. It was just a three-hander, and yeah, it was back in April, so it was like the first thing I got to do that was theater related during this time. So I'm really glad that they have kept things going, and they're an incredible organization. Playwright Center is bomb.
They're so cool. And gosh, for such a long time, they were doing free workshops this, spring, summer, and it was such a cool thing to take advantage of. Holy smokes. I mean, there are just
Did you get to
incredible
take any
people.
workshops there?
I did. So I did one with Ansa Kea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Ansa.
just so great. And that one was just kind of what the vibe is with new work, and it was very just kind of an introductory kind of discussion, and it was just so beautiful. And H. Adam was there, and it just when H. Adam is there, it's just a lovely room.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the name of the one. I don't mean to be looking down. I'm just, although you can't hear that I'm looking down, listeners. It's called, she didn't even say the name of it. I'm going to find out what it's called. It's the room is in the title, but it's in October, and the playwright looks so cool. And so I was going to, well, you know what? I'll do that later. I'll figure it out. Anyway, that's great. I'm glad you got to do some stuff over there this summer.
Yeah, incredible. Have you heard anything from Chan as far as when?
We're just gonna kind of have to see. It was like an interesting year. I think a lot of theater producers went through this sort of multiple phases of, okay, maybe when summer comes around, all right, the fall's it. And I think it was like a slow dawning of maybe not this year. And so it's just, there's so many factors at play in terms of what Actors Equity is going to allow, and the governor's rolling back of capacity limits. So, because I think the capacity limit's 25% now, and Chan is doing concerts. They're doing a concert series that are selling at 25%, and everyone's wearing masks and being really safe. And I think they've been going well, and I think the pub is open, Brindisi's Pub, and Stevie Ray's Comedy Cabaret. So there's activity in the building, which feels really nice to know that there are people and there's music, even though it's not a big musical quite yet. But we'll see. Yeah, hopefully sometime soon.
Absolutely. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the combination of, well, maybe not. I mean, I guess restaurants are open, but I wonder if dinner theater makes a difference in as far as the reopening.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what the details are, but I know for a fact that they have been talking through every possible scenario, and they're constantly, their wheels are turning about everything they can do moving forward. So yeah, it's a new world in multiple ways. It's a lot to process.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so I did want to make sure while we have you to ask you about your voiceover work, which I feel like is such a cool thing, and maybe something that, I mean, as students, it's not necessarily like a focus that we have in this program, like how to even get into that, like how to start, where to start,
Yeah. It's a really interesting, cool industry. And especially now, there's a lot more voiceover because of the situation we're in, and it's easy to be remote. And so I'd say, to get started, take some classes, there's so many online classes available, and workshops that you can do that are just like 101 classes. Local places here, if you guys do like a blurb, I can try to send you a couple websites or resources.
Yes.
But yeah, like take some classes and get in front of a mic, get comfortable, and that's going to be like a great first step, because I think it's easy to be like, yeah, I've got a mic, so like I'm gonna make a demo, or like I've got a mic, so I can get an agent. But I think that the you can't discount the education you can get from a coach right away, because then your demo is going to be even better. I think each teacher and coach sort of has their philosophies about what steps to take after that, but that's a great first step in terms of getting into that world. But it's fun. I mean, it's fun and weird and very businessy. Like, us theater people aren't used to being so corporate-y, and voiceover a lot of the times feels that way, and there's a lot of networking, and but the reason that a lot of actors are successful in voiceover is because of our ability to connect with the truth and storytelling. And it's not always acting in the sense that we are trained to do, but it kind of is, because it's all about telling the truth. That's like the number one thing you can do. Even if you're reading about like, pharmaceuticals or whatever, it's like got to be truthful and feel like a person and feel natural. And that's oftentimes what you see on audition breakdowns is like non-announcery, real person, natural. We don't want it to sound like a commercial, they just want you talking. And so it's really fun. I could nerd out about it for a while.
That's so cool.
I was just gonna ask if you have any any favorite characters that you've done the voiceover for at all.
Well, in the commercial world, one thing I got to do that was kind of theatery was voice this singing llama for the Minnesota Zoo. They did Llama Trek last summer, and there were like llamas on buses, like everywhere. Llama Trek was everywhere. And so I just got to do this radio commercial where a llama sings a scale with solfege. And so that felt really fun and true to who I am. Just a llama at heart. So that was a good one.
I love that.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask, so is Minneapolis, I've heard, I don't know, these are like whisperings that I've heard, but that Minneapolis is a pretty big hub for industrial, like, is that like voiceover, commercial stuff?
Sure, yeah. Oh, definitely. I'd say both for on-camera and voiceover, and I have friends who do a lot more on-camera work than I do, but, Best Buy's stuff all shoots here. Thomson Reuters, there's a bunch of them that whose headquarters are here, 3M and others, Target, that do a lot of local hiring, which is awesome. And that's stuff that, like, once you graduate and you're like, all right, I'm ready to dive in, you could meet with some of the agencies in town, and that's a good connection in terms of getting in with those industrials, because there's a lot of that stuff around here. I think we take it for granted, but there's a good amount of work.
Have you always lived in Minneapolis or worked in Minneapolis area?
I lived in New York for 5 years after college. So I went to UMD up in Duluth, a sister school. Is that what the heck you call it? I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hey, fam.
hey, U of M, but plus the Duluth, yeah. So I went there, and then I went right to New York for 5 years after a summer stock job in New Hampshire, and then I was there for 5 years and did a lot of auditions, and a lot of sort of equity principal audition, open calls, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, it was incredible. And then I moved back here with my husband, who was at the time my boyfriend, I guess we had just gotten engaged, but it doesn't matter. 2014, we came back. So we've been here for 6 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know where you want to go? You don't have to, but after college, I'm sure everybody asks you that. It's an annoying question.
Hey, it's when you have to be prepared for, though. That's what I've been learning.
True.
I am planning, hopefully, to stick around Minneapolis for a couple years. I would love to. I'm really itching to just experience New York. and in Boston. For some reason, I don't know, Boston has always been just like a very kind of
John looks
irrational.
So surprised. He's like, excuse you?
That's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense in just a second. I love it though.
Okay, I'm so excited. Yeah, but I think where my brain is thinking is I would love to go out east with equity if at all possible.
Oh, with your card? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What about you?
Yeah. So while Kira's living her life, performing for the world, being amazing, lovely, I plan on going to law school actually. So I don't, I feel like I'm like going to be speaking this out. It's the manifestation that's going to help.
Yeah,
But,
there you go. Put it out there.
I'm, so right now I'm like studying for the LSAT. I'm taking like in like a month and a half. So terrifying. But, my goal is to go, thank you. I would, yes. My goal is to go to Northeastern University in Boston, to become,
Hey.
I know, that's why I was like, yo, like, hello.
There it is.
Yeah.
You guys could get a place together. You know?
Exactly. And, maybe once I'm a criminal defense lawyer, if Kira ever like,
Yes.
maybe she tries to steal a
Gets
whole
into-
theater somehow.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You know what? Actually, I had an opportunity for that. Google sold some of my like private data, and I was involved in like a case with like 1,000 other people. Yeah, and they were like, you can have a lawyer if you want. You could get like $40.
What? Like a class action suit?
I
Yeah,
love a
that's
class
it.
action. Love a class action.
I don't know. I feel like money laundering is in Kira's future, so I think you should
Yeah.
be roommates, and
That would be lovely.
Perfect. We're
probably a good
set.
idea.
My
That's
first
the dream.
client right there.
First client.
Yeah. No, but yeah. After that, I don't know. I just kind of plan on somehow being on like the board of like a small theater company or something and
Heck
getting
yeah.
into entertainment law. So that would be super cool. But yeah, I heard Boston and I was like, this is gorgeous. Like, I guess me and Kira are just connected for life. Like, who would have not guessed? Like, I guess. And I feel like this makes sense. You know?
Boston's
Good news.
great. Boston is such a cool town. My husband loves it. He's always like, if I could live anywhere in this country, it'd be Boston.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he actually did 1 year of school before we met at NEC there, and he just loved living there. But yeah. Well, that's exciting. I think you could put all that stuff out there, and it'll happen.
Thank you. It's so great to hear, that like things are like crawling back on its feet theater wise.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna survive. It's not even a question. It's just a matter of it just feels like so long, and it's really gonna end up being a blip that then we recover from, and theater will come back different and better because of the conversations and events of the last 6 months. And I hope, you have to hope. You just have to think forward, otherwise we'll crumble to the ground.
No, definitely. I feel like at least I know, speaking from my own personal point of view, I've definitely been like learning just how much theater actually means to me. Like, I've always been like, yeah, like this is my life. But then like, it was sort of taken away, like the typical idea of theater, and I was like sad. Like I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And I don't know. I think this experience has sort of opened a lot of people's eyes to different things that they can really start doing for themselves in theater, as well as different things. This is like how it truly impacts them, and I think that change is gonna be really exciting to see within like a couple months, hopefully. But yeah, it's gonna be very exciting, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. There's been a lot of good conversations happening in the Broadway community. I know that like just about the inequities of the past and present, even though everything's on pause, but the things people are carrying with them and want to change and need to change, so badly. So yeah, just got to keep doing the work.
Yeah. Good necessary work.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
Have either of you seen the new Dawn Theater? They're doing like a movie screening. It was happening this summer, and oh my gosh, it was so incredible, and it was so much about the work that we do have to do, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was the George Floyd memorial. Yeah.
Yep.
A Breath for George, right?
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, it's just like the starting point of something that, you know, we should have been starting on long ago, but here we are, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Serena, what are you doing? Have you picked up any hobbies? That's like, I feel like the most fun question for like COVID,
Well,
post-COVID.
oh my gosh, I know. Okay, well, recently it's not a fun quest or answer as much, but I've been volunteering for I guess it is fun. I don't know. I've been volunteering for the Biden campaign and working
Yeah.
with Wisconsin Dems and Minnesota DFL a little bit, but doing like text banking and outreach. And I have something sort of in the works to talk to like your generation. I sound so old, but so we can talk about it after the podcast if you want. But we're trying best I can to get the vote out and make sure everybody has the tools they need to vote. So that's been like where a lot of my free time has been spent this last couple weeks. Hobbies though, like let's see. I love my walks. I love my outdoor walks, and I'm sad that it's getting cold. But you know, we'll make it. And I don't think any new hobbies. I always have loved baking in the fall especially. So I'm gonna keep doing that because we need chocolate chip cookies real bad.
And pumpkin is in season, full swing season now.
True.
I know that's right. Are you pumpkin spice latte people? Or are you like no, none of that for me?
You know, here's the tea. I've never actually had one.
Here's the tea. I get it because it's a latte.
Yeah.
You've never had one?
No, I haven't. I feel like I gotta do it once, but like I don't know. I feel like I always go up there and I look and I'm like, am I emotionally ready for this right now? Like, is this where I'm gonna say it? And I don't know. I never do it. And I'm like, I'm chill. Maybe next time. I walk away.
Well, I may have had one in my life. I just think it's such a staple it's become such a trope, such a like a stereotype. But no, I like black coffee, plain old black coffee. Boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Can't relate.
No.
Not at all.
I can relate.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Surprising. I feel like so many other people are like cream and sugar or Elise cream.
Yeah, no, my parents, they just were always just black coffees. That was the only thing available growing up and in high school. And so that's, what got me started on everything. But
yeah.
Do you have a favorite coffee place in town?
There's a really cool place called Mojo Coffee that is in Northeast. Have you guys been there?
I haven't, no.
No,
So it's also attached to a gallery that is like local artists and stuff. And I don't know that it's open right now, but you can kind of wander a little bit through the back hall and there's some artwork on display. But it's just like funky and just feels really nice and chill. And it's not one of those like pristine that you feel like you're going to destroy something or smudge the counter, like, cause it's so like, I mean, those are great too, but this place is just a little more like down home. And they have really good food too. It's like a lunchy place. But I can't even tell you exact. It's like near Dowling and probably not too far from campus, but yeah. What about you guys? Any haunts that you frequent?
I'm not like a big like cafe person or like a coffee shop person.
Yeah.
I also just
That's
like
also acceptable.
Yeah, I lately have been doing Spy House less and less, but Seven Corners is a new place in Seven Corners, right on West Bank, and it's so bomb. It's so good. It's bright in there. They have this bright yellow like accent wall, and everything's kind of like rustic industrial, and it's just like,
Cool.
yeah, it's kind of a great, I think, combo of like community there. I mean, like, there are regulars, and
Yeah.
the staff, are just very friendly, and
Oh, I just
good
love,
coffee.
I love a cozy cafe. I feel like it's like it's like this weird European dream of just like strolling down the street and going to my cafe and, sipping a latte. And I don't know. I love it. Well, it's a bummer we can't go to as many right now.
Right.
Just to hang out. It's like, well, that's not responsible, I guess, just to sit there if I don't have to. Things I thought I'd never say.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that Christmas Carol's not happening this year, huh? It's like, what the heck?
Such a bummer. I mean, gosh, I keep thinking of the Red Vest family. There's this family, and they have been coming, oh gosh, what did they say? Probably 20 years. And they sit in the front row, and every single year they're there with their red vests. And I just get so sad because I'm like, the Red Vest family won't get to carry on their tradition this
What
year.
are they
It's
gonna
just,
do? They're gonna have to like watch a movie at home instead of some, the old Christmas Carol movie or something.
Right.
Oh, and wear their red vests. That's so funny.
it's so
I don't think I knew
sweet.
about them.
Maybe
Oh gosh.
you can maybe wave to them from the window. And be like, we're
Yeah,
still
be like,
here.
Hey, did you have a good time doing the show last year?
Oh gosh, it was a dream. It was such a dream. And honestly, it was just such an incredible affirmation of like, yes, like this is it. Like this is the lifestyle. These are the people. Like these are the stories. Like it just was so it felt so homey and wonderful. And I mean,
good.
of course, it was so great to experience the like 8-9 show week because it gets so hard. It gets so hard.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a rough schedule. I mean, it's hard. The last couple weeks, there's like 12 show weeks or something, or like 111 show. Or I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, I was just an understudy, so I never even like experienced that part of it, which is okay.
No, but you got to go in almost for a week, wasn't it?
It was like 3 or 4 shows total, kind of split up a little bit, but it was so fun. And, it's such a strange place to be as an external understudy, because you're like, I'm ready to go. I'd love to go. But like, obviously, if they're good, I'm good. Like, I don't need to do it, but I was happy to get to, and glad that Christine healed pretty well from her illness. But
Yeah.
it was such a cool experience, because it was my debut there, and it was like everybody just lifts you up, and it was so fun. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. It was so amazing. You were so great. I just, like, I'll never forget, like, when you and, oh gosh, there were a couple understudies that came in, and we'd just sit in the dressing room, like, listening to the monitors, like, oh gosh, it's so great. It's just such a breath of, like, this, like, fun, fresh air.
Oh yeah. Well, any other shows I've done when an understudy goes on, I'm just like, yes, this is different and exciting. And like the understudy's always like, oh my God, I'm going to mess something up, or something's going to go wrong, or I'm going to be in the wrong place. And they're like, great. More fun for us, and I'm like, okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So John, you're not a theater major, but you do theater?
No, I am a theater
You
major.
are.
Yeah.
You are a theater major. Sorry. I think I must have misheard something earlier. Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, I choose to look at my performance in a courtroom, like litigation as a performance.
Yeah,
So
the world needs you, John.
thanks. You shouldn't tell my ego that, but I'll take it.
That's so great. I mean, that's as a lawyer, I feel like these are skills you're going to be using all the time, just to have the presence to be able to stand in front of people and deliver.
Yes. I could already see myself giving myself notes on my closing, just being like, "You gotta pick it up, be better."
That's amazing.
Little director's notes. That's funny.
Really.
That's right. Yeah, I really could have. Yeah, I could have used more diction there.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, Serena, do you have anything else coming up? Like any gigs, any plugs?
Well, let me. Okay, I gave up looking for the name of that play, and now I'll follow through. Playwright Center Play Labs. So it's okay. There are 2 performances of the play I'm going to be in, and I don't know who I'm playing or anything yet. I just know that I'm doing it. But it's called Room Enough for Us All. And it's about it's about a recently widowed matriarch determined to have it all. She wants the opportunity to set right a 10-year mistake by inviting Jamila, her queer daughter, to return home after a long forced absence. And about this African-American Muslim family and queerness. And I don't know who I'm playing, but someone who's not in that family.
Wow.
So we'll see, but it sounds really powerful and unique. So that's on October 19th and October 23rd. It's all at the pwcenter.org. So, so that should be cool. I mean, I love reading new works and diving into that. So that should be a fun thing in October. A little distraction from the election, but you know, which will be welcome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You guys have all your voting stuff ready to go?
Yeah.
It is ready.
Amazing. Oh, I love to hear it. Yeah, and it's just insane how complicated it is. And I mean, absentee voting was always a thing, but now it's so much more. It's part of the campaigns and the text banking and making sure people have mail-in ballots if they're getting them and when they can expect them. And in Wisconsin, they need a witness to sign the envelope. It's just like, so making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted and all that. But yeah,
Right.
that's great.
Wow. That's such good work. Gosh, thank you so much for doing text banks.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's never, it feels like it's never enough, but it's, I actually really do enjoy it. And the you kind of get immune to any hostile responses, you know, and like they sort of just roll off your back. And then the ones that you remember are the people that are like, oh my gosh, thank you for the reminder. I'm going to go do it right now. And then like 5 minutes later, they write back and they're like, I just did it. I'm getting it, you know, and you're like, they wouldn't have registered it not for me. And then it's all about you and you feel really good about yourself. So John, you see, you would relate to that, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Really good for the ego.
Most definitely.
No, but it's great. Thanks for getting out the vote with all y'all friends.
Yes, absolutely. So important. So important.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys have this weekend? Anything fun?
I'm working. I have a restaurant job, and it is it's my first restaurant job, and it's so fun. It's so intense. It's so go. And also like I'm so thankful and a little surprised, but I feel very safe there also COVID wise.
Oh, good.
And, they do a really good job. So yeah,
That's great.
yeah, that's been my weekends.
Nice.
Fun.
That's good.
Yeah, well, I actually have tomorrow. I'm on homecoming court at the U here, so
Okay.
tomorrow, yeah, well, this episode's gonna go out too late, but vote for me. I hope you already did. But yeah, so we have our
awesome.
coronation tomorrow, which would be Friday for those listening. Yeah, so that's gonna be super exciting. But yeah, I don't know what the coronation looks like.
Is
But
there like
I do know
I was gonna say, is there a party afterwards? No, I guess not.
tears.
I
I know we will be on the football field though, so we got the.
Oh, that's great.
I know, which is super cool, super cool. I don't know if they're gonna live stream it or something. I kind of hope they do. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, they should. Man, I completely forgot homecoming court was a thing in college. Like I just forgot that it's maybe they didn't do it at UMD. Maybe they did. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Oh, well, I hope you win. That's great.
Thank you. I just really love crowns, so that would be really nice.
You'd look good in one. You'd look great.
Thank you.
That's solid. That should be like if it were like Miss America or whatever, where they're like, give us one reason why we should elect you as homecoming king. I really like crowns. Yeah. That's solid.
That would definitely be my reasoning, and I would go with it. I'd be like, that's just, what else do you need? I don't.
Please support me in my enthusiasm for crowns. That's all you need to know. Bye.
Exactly.
Boom. Right there.
Yeah, amazing.
Man.
Aw.
All right. Well, Serena, there's one more question we have for you.
Oh, okay.
If you have time. Okay. So this is our kind of like dramatic little ending question that we ask everyone.
Oh, geez.
But two words, and then the words are why theater. Why?
Oh, like makes me want to cry. Like in a good way. Why theater? Because life. My 2-word answer.
Beautiful.
I mean, no, I guess I can explain, but maybe I don't have to. I mean, I feel like when you're in a theater as an audience member or on stage or in the pit or backstage doing your thing or being told a story and it's all working, it's all coming together, you just feel alive. There's just so much almost tangible life in the air. You just feel this like energy and it all just clicks and you're just in the moment and there's nothing like it, There's just nothing like it. So, yeah, because life.
That's when
I hope that
wins.
answer works.
It's more than perfect. And gosh, I feel like so relatable too.
Yeah. We'll get back to it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thanks for doing this podcast and, keeping us all remembering why theater is important and why we love it. And it's just so nice to connect. You guys are doing great.
Oh gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us.
Of course. My
It was
pleasure.
so great.
Yeah.
I was just so pumped. Like, gosh, I know we've only met a couple times, but every time I just walk by you, you just radiate. It's like unspoken. And I was just like, this is the energy. This is the energy that we need on this podcast.
Man.
So.
Oh, you should talk to my husband. He wouldn't probably say the same of was walking around the house. Some days, it's just like, ugh. But that's everybody. That's everyone and their highs and lows, and that's real. But thank you. That's so kind.
Oh, of course. I think you maybe mentioned something too with the Biden campaign, if there's any.
Yeah. Sue Scott reached out to me. She was another actor on Program Companion before I was, and then we overlapped a little bit. And we want to host, I think we're going to call it Let's Talk Biden, but just to kind of focus away from like how bad Trump is and more about like what a Biden-Harris administration can offer and more specifics and try to like work through together, because we're not political scientists or experts, but kind of work through together any questions we have and just get people fired up instead of like kind of in this place of like settling of being like, yeah, I'll vote, but meh. But instead of being like, yeah, I'll vote and I'm going to tell all my friends to vote like you guys are already doing. So yeah, that's kind of what's cooking.
Oh, cool.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad, that it worked out and
Yeah.
we could have you on. And
Well, keep on going. Good luck on the LSATs, John.
I shall need it. Thank you.
Yeah, woof. I do not envy you.
Oh my gosh, neither do I.
All right, well, have a good one.
thanks,
Yes.
you too, Serena.
Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much to Serena, who just, oh gosh, I feel so great after talking to her. She's just a wonderful human. So for our segments for the week. So we have, for our artist profile, Willie Ninja, otherwise known as Willie Roscoe Leak. But Willie Ninja, he is the grandfather of Vogue. Oh my gosh. So you may have seen him in the documentary Paris is Burning, which is about the New York drag Vogue ball scene. And so Willie is a self-described butch queen and master of pose. Yes, please and thank you. He prided himself as prided himself as being a clean, sharp dancer and was deeply inspired by the martial arts, which is where the name ninja came from. And Vogue had been around before Willie kind of came on the scene, but he was just so incredibly exceptional and kind of just changed the game there. He modeled in runway shows and he taught models how to strut, including, Paris Hilton and Naomi Campbell. And then towards the end of his life, he opened a modeling agency called Eon, E-O-N, Elements of Ninja, but he never stopped dancing until he died in 2006. He was only 45, which is really, really sad. So, yes, Willie Ninja, Vogue. Also, fun fact, okay, so, we all know Madonna, right? And there's this kind of misconception that Madonna came up with Vogue, but no. Like, this was a ballroom thing for a long time before Madonna. So,
But ballroom not as in like, we're not talking tango. We talking like the underground gay scene type. Not really underground. Well, kind of under. Well, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, as you're talking about it, to be fair, and shamefully, really, I was just sitting here and I was like, "Come on, Vogue, come on, Vogue."
Okay, not to say she didn't popularize it for sure, but like,
it wasn't her. It was not her.
No, the credit needs to be due where it's due, and Willie Ninja is one of them. So,
Amen. All right, now let's go ahead and continue on with our segmunchies here. We have our student shout out, Alexa Lewis, Queen. Alexa Lewis is a props and media student, as well as a US ITT officer and last year's tech and design peer. So she got some cool stuff for y'all. Here we are.
Hi, my name is Alexa Lewis. I use she, her pronouns. I am a design tech major within UMTAD. One of my favorite memories working in Scenic for the last 2 years, we were taking the floor out for Pippin because of that drop that Bradley had to go through at the end of it. And we were taking it out to build like a little platform underneath it, and when we took the floor out, there was a class going on underneath the floor, and the professor was like, hey, can you guys put our ceiling back? We're like, oh yeah, sorry about that. And it was just, one of those tech things. My career goals. I want to work in comedy. I don't know necessarily what that means for me right now, if it's writing, if it's like stand-up kind of stuff, or props design for that. I just want to do something that makes me laugh every day. At this moment, I am sitting outside, like next to Rarig in those blue chairs, and it's chilly, but fall is coming. Something that's bringing me joy at the moment, I just kicked clay class's ass. I finally figured out how to throw on a wheel, and it's been a long time coming, but I'm real jazzed about it. A message for any other UMTAD students, in these unprecedented times. But seriously, this is really hard, but we're gonna gain a lot of really cool, unique experience once we come out of this. And we will come out of this. Bye-bye. Bye.
All right. Okay. So next up, we have our questions. So we had really, a lot of similar questions. There was one really big one, and it was, did John fix his mic? And I really hope so. So if it sounds as if I did, y'all, then you tell me. You go ahead and tell me, and we can have a wonderful time. All right.
Great. And for any other future questions, reach out to us on the socials, the emails, all the things, and we can answer things like, did John fix his mic?
Exactly. And as per usual, to close us out here, we have some wise words from this time, Jake Badowski. Jake, go ahead and educate us.
Hey guys, it's your friendly neighbor rep Jake, and this week I'm assigned to give you guys your little word of wisdom, though I don't have any wisdom on me to impart on you. So I'm going to go to the most smartest, coolest, kindest guy I know, my roommate Noah. He's going to impart his wisdom upon you.
So this is a little known fact, but when you're born, you actually have 4 kidneys, and as you get older, 2 of them become adult knees.
Would you look at that, guys? You learn something new every week. All right. Thank you for listening to Peercast, and you guys have a fantastic day.
This episode of the Peercast is edited by Rachel Breeze, programmed by Hunter Batterson and Caitlin McLean, and our music is composed by Raymond New.
Come on, Vogue, move to the music. Hey. All right. So, Rachel, you can keep that in. You can go ahead and keep that in. But only if it sounds good. Don't expose me.